Okay, Lali, you want to start or I can start?
Winners, no, they are going to win.
Oh my goodness, no.
When they see me with a book, it's like, that's strange. You read? Of course that I read. Why not?
But people are seeking solutions from me.
I think that's the mistake for me.
With swimsuit competitions, they look for energy, personality. We have speaking training, walking from the ground up initiatives.
Whatever you do, keep moving.
See you very soon. Hello dear all, hello dear super family. This is the LALELA and Luis show, episode 3. Make sure to like this video and share it across your social media to let as many people know about it as only possible. Lal and Luis, thanks for joining again. And tonight we're going to talk a very debatable topic. For me, as a relative outsider in the pageantry, there are many stereotypes that really a lot of people in the world see pageants through. Some of the stereotypes stem from old and outdated ideas that are no longer there and that pageants have nothing to do with anymore. But unfortunately, still, some of these stereotypes do persist. So tonight, we'd like to discuss with you those stereotypes and see which of them are true and which of them are false. Because who, if not you, can tell people about this, can tell them the truth. So if you're ready, can we start with the first one?
Let's
go.
All right. So the first and the most popular stereotype is that pageants are all about physical beauty. Is that really so in the modern pageantry?
Oh my goodness, no. I'll just jump right straight into it. I think, especially Miss Supranational, I came to know they really look for how you are as a person. I think your physical beauty is just the cherry on top because they need to be working with you the entire year. They need a representative for their organization. So, what good does it do if you're this totally physically gorgeous human being, but you can't connect with people, you don't know how to work with people, you're just very vain and narcissistic and it's all about self? That never ever serves anybody. And I feel like, oh my goodness, I don't know, I actually get touched because things have moved and evolved. It's literally, if anything, that is like the last thing. Of course, yes, it's important, but I think that's the last thing that is really considered when in these competitions. That's just my view. How do you feel, Lewis?
I always say that beauty is subjective, so it's gonna depend of who is looking, and mostly for us, like I'm Cuban, so for people in Cuba, what is beautiful is gonna change for people in Asia. So imagine this content is gonna be in Poland. So there's people around the world that's gonna see us, and it's always about who is looking. And of course, you have to look good, but I wasn't, and I always say it, and I always say like laughing with my friends for the contest, and every time I talk to them, I was the guy that I didn't have the perfect body. I didn't have the most beautiful face on the event. So it's always about integrity, and there is people in there that have like different. I don't know like how they say, but has a most beautiful face than me, or they have that fit body and the fitness and everything more. And you don't have to win because of that. You have a lot of other like values that's gonna make you stand up.
I'm sorry. He's like a very perfect looking human being, and he's like, I don't have the most beautiful body or beautiful face. Sorry, off
No,
topic,
but it's
but
always
no, you're not bad looking. That's what I'll say.
of course, of course. Thank you, Lali.
But nonetheless, the idea is clear. So the conclusion that we may come to at this point is that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that beauty pageant is more about integrity, right? Where beauty is just one and not the most important part. Is that right?
In my
Yes,
experience,
physical
it was
beauty,
like,
that is.
yeah.
The second stereotype that we came up with and we found actually has to do with the first one, but let's try to discuss it. The stereotype goes like pageant title holders are not really intelligent.
Oh, I think this is a personal one. You know, every time I speak, okay, I think it's different now because I've cemented myself as a person who's very steadfast in what I believe in and I'm very vocal. But I think in the beginning, it was a bit of a shock like, oh my goodness, aren't you just supposed to sit down and look pretty? And no, I was made for so much more than that. I'm given a platform, and with the platform comes a responsibility to stand for something, to use my voice. This platform amplifies that voice. So, why on earth would I not be intelligent? What makes you think that I wouldn't be intelligent? It's absolutely insulting and it's quite amusing, to be honest.
It's funny because sometimes people got like shocked when they see me, for example, reading. I read a lot, and when
I know.
they see me with a with a book, it's like, that's strange. You read? It's, of course that I read. Why not? And
Mm.
this is about in some part why I'm here is to show this this new generation that young people can read and can be intelligent and can be emotional and can be sensitive, and you can share it to the world what is the you're truly self, and it's not about your beauty and you are like a robot. No, this is it's not. It's actually fun for me.
Because actually, for me, guys, you both proved that you're super intelligent from the very beginning, starting from the first episodes of Super Chat that we had with you. Like I remember LaLeLa answering really complicated philosophical and questions, uh, given very fast and thoughtful answers, and I was really impressed with that. And I can remember Luis, who was quoting writers during Super Chats, and you were totally unprepared for this. Like those quotes came out of your head. And I thought, wow, those guys
Yeah.
are smart. Those guys are intelligent and very well educated. And I was really impressed with that from the very beginning.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
And guys, yeah, this is why we do super chats before contestants even arrive, because we want to show the world that there is much more in contestants than just outer and physical beauty. We want to show them to the world, show you to the world, and show who you really are. So yeah, thanks for your answers. Stereotype number 3. Pageant contestants contribute nothing to society.
That's a hard one. Okay, Lali, you want to start or I can start? She was
I'm
in shock.
just shocked, to be honest. Um, I no, may I please start? Sorry. Ooh, okay. So I think, like I said previously, you granted such a big platform, right? And you have this huge responsibility to do a lot with this platform. So many people look up to you. You are literally a beacon of hope. How then can a beacon of hope not serve any value or relevance in society when lots of people are sending you messages? When it's like the weirdest thing when people are down, when anything happens to anyone, I feel like Mother Teresa because everybody reaches out to me, and I'm like, I always think I'm just one person and I also have a lot to carry myself. But the mere fact that everybody seems to think of me, why? Because I am a beauty queen and they think she's inspirational. We like the way that she carries herself, the way she's able to champion and conquer through the hardships that she endures. Should really, show that we do have a lot of relevance. People look up to us. There's a lot of responsibility. I mean, heavy is the crown that wears, heavy are the shoulders. No, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Sorry. There we go.
That's true. You are serving as an inspiration for thousands of people, and there's actually a lot of people that send me like writes to me and send me, hey, how should I do this and how should I and more and for me my case is more than beauty. I'm representing this new generation, and these last years, as we were talking before, this is really tough years. So there is we just passed a pandemic, which is We are through a war right now. So in my case, I'm trying to share like this light or this myself that we are more than that. We are on the base and on the inside. We are human beings and we have feelings and we have stuff to share and we can do good things for others. And this is for me. This is what it's all about. I didn't start in this pageant to be the most beautiful person in the world. People that really knows me, they know that I'm not like that. So that's something else is what I'm here, and that something else is representing the young people and the uh, share to the world that we can do good things and we are not weak for that.
So I actually wanted to add on that I think the mere fact that people reach out to us about national issues of national importance as opposed to political leaders, the messages I get about socioeconomic issues that I am supposed to handle in my own personal capacity that should be handled by people in governmental positions, people in authority, but people are seeking solutions from me as a beauty pageant should really speak to the importance and the relevance of the work that we do. And I think with that said, also came the establishment of my foundation and the LALELA Foundation. And currently we launched a mentorship program, which applications are open for the duration of this month of October. And I'm super excited to be able to walk alongside five ladies that will be selected for a year, mentoring them, guiding them through whatever it is that they wish to do in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be pageantry or modeling. Anything that they feel they need support with, I will gladly hold their hand through. So I'm super excited for that.
Wow. We're all super excited for that as well. Thank you, Lali. Okay, let's be moving on. Now, this is a complicated one, but many people really think so. Is that pageants promote an unattainable standard of beauty?
I I think pageantry and the standards of beauty have evolved. I don't think, I'll be honest, we are where we ought to be. I think pageants do aim to be inclusive, but it's not, I feel, where it's supposed to be as of now. But I do feel like you see a person like Zozibini Tunzi, who is very different in how she looks, but she was able to be crowned Miss Universe. You see LALELA Mswane, who was able to be crowned the first Black Miss Supranational, which speaks to the diversity of the beauty that there is in the world and how inclusive beauty pageants are growing and evolving to be. So I do think we're not there yet. There's a lot of work to be done, but it does. I do think different forms of beauty and types of beauty are celebrated and embraced.
Right, Luis, is that the same in the male pageantry? Is athletic body like very important in the male pageantry nowadays?
No, for me, in my case, we have evolved a lot on these topics because right now we're looking for values and we're looking for other things that are not just beauty. And you don't have to be the perfect a perfect human being or a supersonic for another planet. You don't have to be that. So we're looking for value, and we are looking for our people that can speak up and they have something beauty inside too. So this is why this is still important to share. It's not about like external thing. There are a lot of people. There is I can see it. I live in Miami. There is a lot of Latin people in here. There is a lot of beautiful people in here, and they walk like beside you all the time. But if you are empty inside and you have nothing to share, it's not about that. And that's
Right.
why when you go to these competitions, you see people that stand up, and it is not about that perfect human being shape. It's not that. In my case, that's what I see, and that was my experience on the whole pageant event.
Right. Very true. Stereotype number 5, again, very philosophical. So let's dwell on it and think of it. Pageants are platforms which perpetuate the objectification of men and women. Now, that's a really, I would say, modern day stereotype. But is that really so?
I think that speaks to the swimsuit element because I've often heard this, and it's always spoken about in the context of the swimsuit competition of pageantry. And I view it more so, and I always tell people I literally don't think in these competitions they sit down and say, oh my goodness, he has a six pack and that one has an eight pack, so the eight pack guy definitely needs to win. It's definitely a celebration of our bodies. We're all different, and that means different things. Listen,
Hmm.
some people are naturally small, some are bigger. Whether you ask somebody to lose weight, it's just their body structure. So, therefore, I definitely always say that with swimsuit competitions, they look for energy, personality. That's when you really get to enjoy, show off, show us who you are, your personality. It has less to do with your body. So I would understand what or their views in saying we're objectified in that sense, but I think from a participant's point of view, it's a very liberal space where I mean, imagine you've prepared for a competition and you now want to show off this beautiful body that you've worked so hard to stand and represent your country. This is your time to show your personality. So I don't know. I think it's a perspective thing with this one.
Yeah, as I said before, it's subjective. It's beauty is I heard this yesterday. I was talking about this yesterday with a friend. Is that beauty it's on the eye that it's on the eye that who's looking. So maybe what is beauty for me is not beauty for yourself, or maybe for people in Poland, what is beauty is not beauty in here. So it's really subjective. It's like you're going. I see this. I heard this before. It's like you're going to a park and you see like different kind of trees, and there is tree that is like this, and there are trees that they are like that, and you are not judging those trees. You just see beauty, and that beauty is like they're
Wow.
all different, and when they all complement,
Oh wow.
they serve as a one unique beautiful thing. So we as human beings, it's hard, but we're all the time judging, and we are judging and comparing, and it's every like every person is different, and you can see beauty on different kind of people, and you don't have to judge and compare, and we're all the time doing that. I think that's the mistake for me.
Mm. I also
Wow.
feel like the people that aren't competing are the ones that objectify the participants. And I almost feel like it's a projection method. If they were in our shoes, they would probably feel objectified. And we only see it as a celebration of the people that we are and our bodies and our personalities. So
You should,
yeah, that's that
yeah,
on that.
exactly. You're expressing yourself, and you're just being yourself,
True.
and complement that beauty. You're not just standing in there like a and not doing a thing. You're sharing something. You're sharing life. You're sharing a laugh, an emotion, and that emotion complements that beauty.
Wow. Thank you guys. Very deep understanding of the matter. Wow. I'm really impressed. Thanks. The next one will be more about insights of the pageantry world rather than speculating on philosophical issues. Number 6, pageants are one-time events. Contestants just show up and compete. No preparation.
Get out
People
of
don't
here.
know about preparation. People know about nothing. Let's tell them how it really works.
Oh, please. Nobody ever understands or ever comprehends the amount of preparation that goes into a pageant. It is shocking. I mean, down to your luggage. I know when I prepared, every outfit was numbered, was photographed. Every outfit had a handbag. With that outfit was photographed a makeup look, a hairstyle, accessories to go with, and that's just wardrobe. Imagine if that's just wardrobe. We had speaking training, walking, from the ground up initiative. There's a lot, and also just on a personal level, you need to know how you're going to handle yourself when you are met with pressure from different people from different parts of the world. If you're from Africa, you may argue people where you're from are warmer. If you're from Asia, you're not really accustomed to the way people are there. There are a lot of little factors that you have to prepare for. It is How are you able to succeed if you do not prepare for something? It's actually a bit insulting. But once again, people do assume that we're very vapid, which is not true. Um, with anything in life, if you want it, you need to work hard and prepare. So, psh,
That's totally true. Totally true. I agree with Lali. You have to make a plan, and that plan can last for months. There are people that are preparing for I don't know 12, 10 months for this, and you have to be prepared, like how you walk, how you speak, how you present to others. So there's a preparation behind this. And in this case, I'm gonna say I think it's even harder for women because of the amount of outfits and the amount of that they have to. You have a complete plan for it every single day, and you have to prepare for that. It's not the same for a man. You have to wear, I don't know, a t-shirt and maybe a shirt, and that's it. And for women, Case can explain this too. You have more things for your outfit. Even the hair, you have to do the hair. You need 2 hours to be prepared. In this case for the women, so it's even harder for them. And how they stand, how they walk is my respect for them, because it's harder for them compared
but
to
that's
us.
the least of it. It's really like the outfits and whatever is just the most shallow and superficial part of it. I mean, you're applying for a job because what you're essentially doing is you wanting a job. And when you prepare, if you want a job, you need to prepare for it. And it's not just a single event that happens in time. Once you have the job, that's when the work actually commences. You are trying to build a
Begins.
legacy. You're somebody that everybody looks up to. There's a lot of work that comes into that. You think you just wake up one day and you decide, okay, sure, I'll just pitch up to this competition. No, man, please.
Yeah, very
No,
true.
it's not. Yeah, very true.
Now, this is a very popular and spread stereotype as well, that pageants are pure competition, that it is a very competitive environment, and that actually contestants hate each other.
Not true. Not true. This has been, I even forgot that Super was a competition at a point. I honestly did. I'm not buying anyone's face. I genuinely did, purely because of how warm everyone was and how um, the sassiness was just not going to be tolerated, or bullying in any shape or form. And I do feel like in life, a bit of healthy competition is okay. It's good for you to thrive, to see how far you can be pushed. Healthy competition. I do know of experiences of negative pageantry experiences where it was just unbearable, but I would speak, when speaking about Supra, it's very different. And no, I'm not being biased. It's just my experience. Absolutely had an amazing experience where I grew a lot. I got so much insight. I imparted a lot of knowledge. So that's not always true.
Yeah, for me it's the same. For me, it's not true in my experience. And let me tell you something about this. If I see, or if you were different, um, it had no sense, because you are sharing the same room with a lot of different people for around the world. And if you're not doing a beautiful experience, if you're not doing integration and this part that we're always saying that it was beautiful, it was beautiful, it was a really good experience. If you're not sharing that, what this is all about in a world like this,
Yeah.
this is what we are representing. We're representing that integration.
Right, very true, Luis. But can we tell our audience some like real life stories from your Mr. Supranational experience or from your Mr. Supranational 2022 group? Because I was there, and I remember there were a lot of cases when luggage was lost. Like we're living in the world like this. Like you have to fly from all you had to fly from all parts of the world, from every corner of the world, and it's quite natural that some of the bags were lost, and you had to be at the events wearing your outfit.
Yeah.
So just tell people, how did you cope with that? Because this really shows what is that all about. But I want
Hmm.
you to tell
Yeah.
about this because this is really impressive.
No, I lost my luggage, for example, and because of uh, in one of the connection, I lost it, and I didn't have anything. And all the guys helped me, and they were all the time like able to help. Danny, what do you need? and let's do this for today. And let me help you with I don't know, with to train your beer, and let me help you with this, and let me, yeah, all the time we were like helping each other. And even I remember when Reese, at the end, the last day, we were talking, and it's like we are ashamed if one of us broke, the whole chain is gonna be broken. So this is about helping each other.
Oh, wow.
And yes, you may be competing, but in my case, you are competing with yourself. So what is your limits, and what are you, who are you as a human being? That's what I saw. Who are you?
Right. Very true.
And yeah, so for me, it was one of the most beautiful experience I ever had, because you're sharing
Oh,
the
wow.
your space and your energy with a lot of people, and they are all the time able to help you. So it was my first time competing this year. It was a really, I take with myself a really really good, like, uh, emotions from this.
Yeah, very true. I can well remember when you needed a shirt, I think like a white shirt, and there were Mr. Italy and Mr. Greece and Mr. and Mr. and Mr. and Mr. who were there with their shirts willing to give it to me. Really, and he was
No,
he
no,
was so touching. He was so humane. I
they
really
were
I,
all the
I
time.
really was impressed then with his brotherhood. Now, there's one more thing about beauty pageants that many people don't know about, especially those who think that beauty pageants are a one-time event and people just come, and contestants just come to show off and compete, and that's it, and then they forget about it. Um, we've already told our audience about months of preparations that it takes to be part of a beauty pageant, but also when you're already there are a lot of events going on before the final show. And one of the events is interviews with the panel of experts, right? And many people think that it doesn't really matter. Those interviews are just for the sake of it, and who cares if physical beauty is most important, like the stereotype we started with, right? So I'd like now um, to try to give our audience a bit deeper insight into the interviews and why are they there and why are they important. And if you can share any questions you've been asked during your interviews that also may be inspirational for girls and guys who aspire to participate in pageants in the future. So are interviews important?
I think they're the most important aspect of the pageantry competition process, because then they really get, or the selection panel really gets a sense of who you are as a person, what you stand for, whether or not you represent the organization, whether your values align and you resonate with it is whatever it is that the brand or the organization stands for. Um, like I said, it is an interview, like it's a job interview. It's not just for show or a very useless thing. I think it's the most important thing. And I recall my interview at Supra being very brief. So also you're given like a very brief amount of time to sell yourself, which is very challenging. I think we had 5 minutes, and literally 5 minutes, and there was a buzzer or a bell, and that was it. And I think one question I recall was, why you above or anyone else? Or yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but something like that. And you don't want to come across as discrediting anyone else, because everybody is worthy of the opportunity to get this job we're all looking after or looking for. Um, so, yeah, I think it's important so that you come across as authentic. They get a sense of who you are, like I said. It is tricky, but yeah, I think we did our best, hence we are where we are today.
I agree. I agree with Lali. The most important part of the whole competition, and people know it within the within the competition, they know that the most important part of the whole event is the interview with the
Mhm.
with the judges, and they ask you. I remember the first question is they really want to know who you are. And the first question that I remember,
Mm.
Andre, he asked me, okay, Louis, tell me your story. How do you get how do you get here? Tell me a little bit of you. How do you get out of Cuba, and how do you get to Mexico, and how do you live, and how do you overcome all those things? And then you went to United States, and how do you keep moving? And I remember that I said him a quote, and it was like, my life has been like, um, if you can if you can run, just walk. If you can walk, just crawl. Like whatever you do, keep moving. And that has been my life. And they ask me, if people ask me, and people
Wow.
that knows me, it's like, I'm a survivor. What's your talent? No, I don't know how to play piano. I don't know how to sing. What's your talent? Survival. Like surviving. Like keep moving. And
Mm.
when they talk, and when we
Wow.
were talking about on this part, they may see something in me that um, they realize, like, hey, this guy may be on the top, I don't know, five, or maybe on the top 10. It's not about that. Let me say him. Oh, he's beautiful. He's gonna be in, or he's gonna. No, it's not about that. They want
Hmm.
to know who you are from the inside as a human being, and that's the main aspect that's going to make you stand up from others. Who you really are.
I think with the interview round, it's where you really get to sell yourself. Um, And one comparison I'd make between national and international interview segments or competitions of pageantry is that internationally it's very much about who you are and whether internationally you'll be able to fulfill the role or duty of whatever it is the organization is looking for. Whereas nationally, they're very much focused on matters of national importance. It's very much, I don't know how to express it in words, but I think internationally the focus is so much more than that, obviously, because now you're a global citizen. You are no longer just belonging to your country of nation or, yeah, your country of birth. Forgive me. So, yeah, I think that is how I would sum it up.
Stereotype number 9. It has to do with age, actually. Many people think that one must be super young to start on a beauty career.
I think your age really enriches your life experiences and the longer you've lived and the more you've experienced in life, it's sort of like seasoning, I'd like to think of it. You get to mature and you've got so many um, little nuances about you that really give you an edge because you've just lived that much longer. So, if anything, I do think the older you are, it could be an advantage. I view age and the older you are, especially in pageantry, as an advantage. You look at a person like Miss Supranational 2022 first runner up, Pra. She was amongst the oldest contestants this year, but she was so grounded. She was so mature. She
Right.
came across very focused, very kind. She had sort of, and she knew herself. You can tell she knows who she is. She did not need to pretend to be anybody else, and she's so secure in self. And I feel like a part of that comes with age. Yeah, that sense of being grounded can only come with age, I feel. So definitely no.
For me, age, it really doesn't matter about the age. There are some people that get the peak of beauty, intelligence, and maturity at 30, and there are people that get the peak of maturity, beauty, and intelligence at 18, or at 19, at 20. So it really doesn't matter about the age for me. It's about the person, and different people get the experience, and their processes are different for every person.
Right.
That's
Thanks.
true.
Very true. Stereotype number 10. Winners know they are going to win.
It's not over until the fat lady sings. So no, 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 no. Uh, no. You can be confident or feel, yeah, like I got this, but you can never be certain. You can literally never know until they say, and the winner is South Africa. Then you'll know, okay, yeah. I've done it. I've won. I always say that I always get a good feeling when I'm at peace about something. And with both competitions that I've won, being my national and Miss Supranational competitions, I had a sense of peace. And not, I got this arrogance, just, Lord, let your will be done. And I'm fine with whatever outcome, is there waiting for me. And I think the moment when I'm no longer attached to the outcome and I'm just like, I've released all control, then I think it's a good sign. But I don't necessarily think, I've won. So no, that's not true. And also, wait, there's a thing that they say about the top two. Apparently, the girl who places her hands on top wins because 95% statistics are actually proven that 95% of ladies who do that actually win. And for some odd reason at Supra,
Wow.
they're like, okay, now there's two countries left. And I literally placed my hands on top. And I'm like, oh my goodness, no, not because I thought, hold my hand. It just happened.
That's crazy. Never heard that before.
I never heard it before either. Wow.
No, about the hits and the. Well, first of all, I don't think that you know that you're gonna win. You never know that. You never know. But there is at the final there are some like let's say like a trick. Um, you have to believe in yourself in so part, and this is something that for me have been a battle my whole life. Sometimes when you believe in yourself, you have like an extra power that's going to take you, somewhere else. And that last night, it's just like you don't know if you're gonna win, but you're going to believe in yourself. And I did that before. I remember that I closed myself in the bathroom and I was like, okay, if this were my last day, why should I do? Like being,
Wow.
like, I don't know. No, if this were my last day and there's no tomorrow and there's no anything else, why should I do? I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. Not for when. It's just for me. So when you visualize like that, so your mind's gonna take you. It's gonna give you extra power. So you have to believe. It's not true that, and let me tell you, I've been suffering my whole life from self, like, I've been suffering about self-esteem, about esteem, and some cases of depression and stuff like that. And we all have. It's a lie if I tell you that no, you don't have to believe in yourself. You just act. No, you have to believe. You have to believe that you are a human being. You have to believe that just the the fact that you are living and you have a life, you are precious. And when you believe that, you're going to, okay, this is me, and that helps me. That helps.
Yeah, right. And you guys shall definitely rewatch our second episode where we have been reliving the brightest moments from the show, and we showed you, and we actually showed the audience the moments when Lalela and Luis were announced Miss Supranational and Mr. Supranational. These are really emotions that people cannot play. So authentic, so genuine. So make sure to watch this episode, and thank you for watching episode number 3. If you have any other stereotypes about beauty pageants that you would like Lalela and Luis to discuss in one of our next episodes, you're welcome to share them in the comments. We'll definitely get back to it someday. The more comments and feedback we have from you, the better, because your comments are an inspiration to our ideas and to our next episodes. So thank you, Lalela, and thank you, Luis, for discussing this topic today with us. And see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for the opportunity, and this is important to talk and to share. This is something that is always behind the scene, and no one's want to touch. And doing this, it's a bit hard, but it's true. We are like uncovering stuff that people usually don't say. So I think this is really important to share.
Mm.
Very true. Thank you, guys, and bye bye.
Bye. See you soon.